boys. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's Learning Fives show match featuring the Cookie Crew versus SJWs. My name is Sir Potato the Ninth, and I am joined here by the one, the only, the big, the manly Penguin God, and we are getting into pick bands.
Thank you, Potato, for that wonderful introduction here. Yes, we are going to pick bands. I will remind the audience we do the pick bands prior to what you're seeing here, so if it looks a little weird, that is why we do it in a tool called ProDraft. So they are already done, ready to go. We have a few bands coming out. These were the bands of the first phase. There was Kaisa, Zaya, and Zyra being the last band, focusing really heavily on that bot lane, whereas Red Side bans out Malzahar, Jarvan, and Twitch. So that's a pretty wide focus coming out from the SJWs here.
Yeah, I'm not too shocked to see Kaisa and Zaya banned out. Obviously, two of the most dominant ADCs in 8.8 right now. So it's not too shocking to see Blue Side taking them away. But the Twitch ban honestly seems more like a comfort ban, taking that away from Starling than anything else. So that's just my opinion, though. The Kale, though, I gotta say, I'm a little excited to see played.
Yeah, this was actually the last pick from Team SJW. That was their counter pick to the Jackson at top lane. We'll have to see if Hansaibot is pretty experienced on this. Then in the jungle, we have SJWs versus Ram. SJWs has just been fairly solid, both in LCS and amateur, and even our Learning 5 show matches.
Mhm.
But in
Yeah, maybe we'll see Iris Zero just waiting in the bottom lane for a couple of minutes, waiting for the enemy top laner to walk by. Just a futilely dive. Cough, cough, medias.
Cough,
But
cough.
that's besides the point.
So we also have Victor and Vel'Koz picked up for the mid lane. Vel'Koz was also in the first champion picked up in the last rotation coming out from Team SJW, and they put some emphasis on that. They really wanted that burst and that poke. But Victor, we'll have to see. It's really interesting to me in that Victor does go fleet footwork now for that extra movement speed and the extra keel on his Q auto attack. The Q auto attack actually counts as a crit, but it's like an AP damage crit, so that's why it works with fleet footwork. And so that's why people are going. It also makes you really, really, really goddamn fast, especially in the late game. And it also makes Victor really hard to kill with that extra shield and the heal, and sometimes he goes over
Mhm.
heal, and it's just ridiculous how far it goes. But we also have Ash Morgana picked up for the blue side bot lane. That's going to be pretty easy poke lane, easy way to get them out of that. Morgana's going to have the spell shield for the thresh hooks coming in, and even the taunt going to come in from that Rammus. But we'll have to see if Primus is going to do pretty well with those Dark Binding. He's going to have to be on point with them to really protect his backline.
Yeah, we see a lot of very interesting comfort picks coming in from both sides. Everything from the Ashe and Morgana to the Vel'Koz and the Kale. Not really champions that fit too much into the meta right now, but my guess is that these are champions that these summoners are very comfortable on and solo queue or whatever they're trying to do, and they're champions that they're trying to improve on. So I'm actually pretty excited to see them though, because you don't really see Vel'Koz or Victor played a lot in pro play or in high level play. So I'm really excited to see how these turn out and if these picks are going to be successful or not.
Yeah, I agree. Vel'Koz can actually take over games pretty handily, seeing that he does do quite a bit of damage. He just he does a lot in a burst, and if he can't peel for himself or his team, that's where he falls off. He is going against a diver in the Jax and even the Sejuani, so he is going to be able. He is going to need to have some protection coming out from that Thresh or that Kale, but Kale's also going to want to put that ult on herself as well. So
Mhm.
she. I think both teams are going to really need to be on point with their abilities. Any misstep in this mid elo game is going to be kind of game over for either one of these teams. I don't expect them
Mhm.
uh, to go too far if they miss their abilities, they mistime them, or if they fail to use them overall.
Yeah, really what I'm going to expect to be seeing is SJWs trying to take over the game as early as possible. Because you have champions on Cookie Crew, you have the Jax, you have the Victor, and sort of the Ashe. These are all champions that really benefit off of scaling. And once they get into late game, they're going to be serious threats to the backline of SJWs. So I think it's going to be their goal to try and end the game or at least shut down Cookie Crew as soon as possible so that they can't get those items and they can't just start one-shotting your ADC or your Vel'Koz.
Yeah, the one shot capabilities out of Jax, Victor, and Nash, if they all focus their abilities all in one spot, um, they can just kind of burst this Vel'Koz and this Caitlyn out of the fights. But there's so much protection out of the Thresh and the Kale, and we'll have to see if they can manage to do that. But I'm not sure they're going to be able to. Kale's ult is only going to be able to protect her for a very, very short time. Thresh's peel is very strong, but he took Ignite. There's not going to be an exhaust for this Jax in this game. That's going to be a pretty big detriment if you ask me, unless he uses that Ignite um, to win out the lane so hard that Ashe and Morgana are just a non-factor in this game.
And that is definitely a potential. Caitlyn and Thresh, very strong lane, and have the potential to dominate the lane and ultimately take over the game. But as far as that goes, we will have to see, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to wait for the spectator delay to die down. And in the meantime, we're going to throw it over to some music that you guys can enjoy with your ear holes. And we will be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Learning Fives March 2018 show match featuring Team Cookie Crew versus Team SJWs. My name is Herb9, and I'm joined here by Penguin God, and we are getting onto the Rift. And on the blue side, you have Cookie Crew featuring Legend QT on Jax in the top lane, Iris Zero on Sejuani in the jungle, God Zed, not on Zed, but rather on Victor in the mid lane. SBE Starling on Ashe in the ADC position, and joining him will be Primus on Morgana in the support position. God.
And on the red side, we have Team SJWs with Hentaibots Kale in the top lane, Koopum26 rolling in the jungle with that Rammus, Sideways Horizon on the Vel'Koz in the mid lane running that cleanse, Tree Rovers Caitlyn in the AD carry position, and Chobby Chobs Thresh in the bot lane running Aftershock. Now, I will mention that Iris Zero has gone Aftershock, where a lot of Sejuanis have started taking Fleet Footwork, and I will also mention that Victor actually has Fleet Footwork, which is a good adaptation and a good a good choice from him. There we go. That's a simple word I was looking for. There we go. I found it.
Well, actually, I think Fleet Footwork's the what you. Whoa, 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 whoa! Just had a few. What is happening? Did you see Arclight Vel'Koz just bugging out on your screen?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well in the top lane you have HentaiBot already really low. Legend QT flashing in, getting first blood. Sorry, I'm still baffled. That was a really weird bug. Yeah, no, already HentaiBot overextending way too far up and ultimately paying the price for it.
Yeah, he just kind of got the level 1 engage on him, and that was pretty tough for him. He was waiting in the lane for Legend QT to come in, but he didn't respect the damage coming out of him. He also didn't go lethal tempo, which is a good way that Kale can trade early. And that's usually what you see Kale's going in the early game, but he did not choose to do that. He did choose to go over a kill to Legend QT's Jax, and Legend QT's just gonna sit in the bush and try it again, potentially.
Yeah, and that is definitely what you do not want to happen against a Jax, who's easily one of the best scaling champions in the game. Who once you get items on Jax, he becomes an insane threat. And giving him an early first blood like that is not what you want to be seeing.
Exactly. I will point out that the early clear from Rammus is a real god-awful. You don't sustain very well early game in the jungle. Oh! He's already burned through. You alright there, Potato?
This bug is so weird!
What are you seeing on your screen, Potato? Because we're not seeing it.
Sideways. Every time I see the Vel'Koz, his skin is just like massive 30-mile-long spaghetti noodles stretching across the entire screen.
You need to take screenshots of that for us, Potato.
I will.
take screenshots, post it in general chat in our Discord server if you haven't joined that already.
Nice plug. Discord.gg/learning5s, by the way.
XD. All right, so post those in general chat so people can see it, and we'll have to check that out. We'll have to see what's going on. But playing the game here, Sideways Horizon is pretty even on CS in this mid lane. For the stream though, we're not going to be able to see the bug. Because I'm not seeing it. It's only Potato's end that's seeing it right now. And I'm the one streaming, so we only get to see what I see.
It's not happening now, of course.
Of course, as soon as you say it. It might happen.
Yeah.
It might happen if you spectate the game again through one of the players, but I don't know.
We'll test that later.
We'll test it and see if the meme is real. But anyway,
Legend QT, I do not like that little trade that he just had. He ended up losing that. He got the counter, but he went in so far, all of that huge wave started attacking him and hitting him, so he ended up losing the trade, even though he got more damage in. The minions really turned the tide of that fight.
Yeah, they really did. He also hasn't back since he got that kill. He didn't back with the gold he got from the kill, and he's just kind
Mhm.
of sat in lane and farmed it out like normal. And so he's even in CS. He is going to get a little bit ahead with the wave here, but Sideways Horizon has like no mana in this lane, so he should not stay here for sure.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those times when if you don't back, then you're probably gonna end up getting killed just because you don't have any resources,
Hmm.
which you're gonna be able to use, and you're gonna end up overextending for CS. Your opponent's just gonna kill you because of that.
Exactly, and we see he does go back there along with God Zed. That's gonna mean that the junglers don't have
Chobby
to go
chop.
there. Tribby Chop wants to go in, but
Eh.
Spell Shield was gonna be up soon. The minion wave was coming as well. It was,
Mhm.
it was solid. He wanted to go in, but I didn't really see it happening. What he needs to do is just walk up and try and flay Primus or Starling and try and get the Spell Shield out that way, and then hook. And that's gonna be the way
Yeah.
he gets an advantage in this lane. Um, I would like to mention, I've been reminding people in most games that the patch 8.6 has come out where the minions have been changed. Oh, nice hook.
Oh yeah, Chobby Chop looking for Primus. The Black Shield and the Ignite do come out. Primus pretty low now. Tree Rover walking up, using the lantern, but nothing left in the tank, and Primus is going to end up surviving.
Yep, that was good, but if Tree Rover had gotten like one more auto attack, Primus would have gone down there. So,
Mhm.
um, just the Ignite traded for Chive Chop there, and that is going to be up fairly quickly. He might have been expecting a little bit more damage to come through, knowing that it was buffed recently in the most recent patch, but or the second most recent patch, I should say. But now there
Oh,
is a pause.
there it is. Well, you know what we say, ladies and gentlemen, wouldn't be a Learning Fives game if we didn't have any pauses.
So we didn't have any pauses in the second NHL match yesterday. That was surprising. We had one right off the bat today, um, but it was just someone needing to load in. But other than that,
The R's are coming through in the chat, and the play has been unpaused. We're gonna get back on the Rift.
yep, R is that typical league speak for we are ready to go to unpause to start the game to whatever. R is solid. R is what you like to see. It means you're gonna get to play League of Legends.
Yes, sir. All right. Um, interestingly enough, Starling is actually falling quite behind in the bottom lane in CS, with around a 20 CS difference in favor of Tree Rover. Why do you think that is?
I'm just gonna say that's the range advantage that Caitlyn Thresh has over Ash Morgana. Ash Morgana
Uh-huh.
are like the mid.
Oh, the ultimate in mid lane being popped sideways. Horizon going deeper. God Zed, the shield is there. You can tell that he wants this, forcing the flash out. Now Primus flash hitting the Q. Sideways Horizon has to take cleanse though against Sejuani. Uses it effectively, flashes out of there, and ends up surviving.
No one died there, but a lot of summoners burned, and that was about all. Um,
Flashes all over the place. Two from Team Cookie Cutters, and only one, as well as a cleanse, burned by Sideways Horizon.
it's a cookie crew, not cookie cutters.
Oh, Cookie Cutter crew.
Yeah. That actually would have made the abbreviation a lot easier. I want to point that out. Um, thanks to that team for that. But anyway, yeah, I will touch on the bot lane lead. That it's primarily just Trioba and Chav being aggressive in this lane and denying CS. Um,
Mhm.
and a little bit on the way the champions just play in general. It could also be on.
Oh, the
Ooh.
hook from Chobby Chop landing. Primus in a bad spot using Black Shield. The heal is popped as well. The Q does not connect in Tree Rover. Actually, Chobby Chop is going to be sniping the kill away. Primus is going to be taken out.
Yep, that is a kill going over to Chav, able to grab that up for himself. Nice counter strike going on to Hentai Bot there, but it could just be that I wanted to mention that Starling could just not be very good at CSing. He could just lose out on those because he misses them. We haven't seen a whole lot in the bot lane, so I can't really attest to that specifically. But Starling could just be having problems CSing. It could not be his champion. It could not be the lane. It just might be that he. Oh, missing.
Yeah, missing
cannon.
that cannon. And that's something you can't really afford to do anymore because now cannon minions actually are worth so much more gold. But meanwhile, in the top lane, you see Legend QT getting ganked by Coop M and Hentai Bot pretty low. Legend QT could be able to turn this. Flashes onto Hentai Bot. The ultimate is popped, and it's, well, he's forced to flash out, but he does jump on him. Legend QT picking up the kill. Coop M sticking on him, getting the taunt, and now Legend QT trying to run as fast as he can, but that is a scary Armadillo, and Coop will be taking out Legend QT.
Yep, Cutie goes down. Traitorous kill for Hentibot. That I will say that it is probably a worth for Legend QT at this point. Jax with gold is just one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen in League of Legends. Ever since the
the ultimate popped again in the mid lane, and now Godzed trying to turn it, popping into ultimate in return. But now Sideways Horizon actually landing most of his abilities. Come to an armistice and just walk away from each other.
Yep, they decide that both of their ults are null and void and walk away from each other.
Yeah, but like you were saying earlier, I definitely agree with that. Legend QT does come ahead in that, because if you really compare it, when you give gold to a damage dealer, then they're going to be able to put out so much more damage. They're going to be able to assassinate your ADC and your priorities on your team. But really, when you give gold to a tank, they're just going to be a little bit harder to kill. So really, in my opinion, giving gold to assassins and damage dealers is much better. But now in the mid lane, you see Iris Zero coming in onto Sideways Horizon. Coop M is going to be coming in to stuff out the approach attempt. This bottom lane turret's getting really low right now. There's a lot of pressure being applied onto it.
Yeah, that Caitlyn and Thresh, they're just gonna keep pushing in the wave. Oh, Legend QT gonna go in again.
Oh, the ultimate being popped by Hentibot, running away from Legend QT, who seems to think that he has the damage to dive under tower. Let's see if he does. The Sheen coming out huge, and Legend QT popping Hentibot underneath his tower. That's a great dive by him.
Yeah, he just recognized his damage. He recognized that he was gonna grab that kill really easy with the Sheen proc. And that was pretty much it. That spelled Hentibot's death. He doesn't have TP, didn't have anything there. He just pressed the ult really early too. He probably could have just walked away.
QT is gonna get that tower too.
Yeah, he is. That's the first tower. So much gold in this Jax pocket. 3-1 now. This is how a Jax takes over a game.
2,000 gold ahead.
This is how a Jax takes over a game easily.
Yeah, he's already 2,000 gold ahead of Hentibot, but Iris Zero kind of sticking around the bottom lane. This is definitely starting to get threatened. He's pretty close to finishing out his Triforce. In fact, yeah, there you go. He finishes his Triforce on his back, and now he poses a huge threat to Hentibot. I wouldn't be shocked to see if we to see Starling and Primus actually lane swapping and going just to further the lead. Legend QT can easily 2v1 Trio over and Chavi Chav right now.
Yeah, that's for sure, but... And another pause. Okay, I don't know why. Maybe Hentibot's tilted and just needs a second. You never know.
Apparently, Chavi Chav is having a lot of connection issues, so he's going to try and fix that real quick. So, ladies and gentlemen, please bear with us as we are... the R's are being typed. We should be good to go in a second.
Yep. We do limit each team to only have 15 total minutes of pause time to try and keep delays to a minimum. That being said, I don't think we've ever hit the 15-minute point before. Even we had one that was 12.5 minutes where the person had to go reset their internet and then their entire computer crashed, and then it ended up taking 12 minutes for them to get back in. But they got back in without using all their time, which was pretty cool.
Actually, we have had that happen before. I remember somebody's internet just went out, and they were not able to reconnect, and
right, yeah.
they just ended up having to forfeit.
Yep.
Which is never a fun time for anybody involved.
I remember that.
Oh, but now you see, yeah, Coop M coming in, flashing after the fall, and now this is huge damage onto Starling. Primus seems to be the next target. He's taking a lot of damage. Teleport briefly channeled, but ultimately canceled by Legend QT, and now he's looking to further the advantage, which is whacking him down. Trades on both sides of the map. Legend QT taking out Hentibot, but Starling and his tower are going to be falling to Team SJWs.
Yep, and they're likely going to rotate toward this dragon as well. Cloud Drake's going to be really good, especially for this Rammus. I do want to mention that I'm a little disappointed in Koopum here. He did not choose to go Predator. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
I like going Predator on Rammus because it makes you the fastest armadillo in the West.
I do think the Aftershock does have inherent value though, because when you have Aftershock, of course, you're going to be able to be a bit more of a threat in a different manner than when you have Predator. So you're still going to be able to put out damage even when you're at 3,000 health and 500 armor.
Oh yeah, for sure. Aftershock is undoubtedly the best choice for Amos, but it's just so fun to go Predator and zoom around the map.
That is definitely fair. Nothing better than having 700 movement speed. But that being said, Legend QT and Iris Zero are going to be taking down the Rift Herald. Iris Zero going to be picking that up, which I think is a very good choice. You have so much pressure with the 4-1 Jax that really you have so much control of that topside river. And Iris Zero is going to be able to help Legend QT take that. And I don't think Coop M or Hentai Bot, or really Sideways Horizon, or any pairing of them would be able to contest the taking of that Rift Herald.
Yeah, primarily because Legend QT just has so much gold in this top side. He's just so powerful. He can probably 1v2 Chav and Tree Rover at this point. He's got the completed Triforce. He's got 2 more long swords. He's got the level 1 boots. He is ready to rumble, ready to brawl, ready to 1v2 anyone that comes near him. But looks like they're gonna try and
Iris
chase.
Zero? Nah, not gonna be casting the ultimate. But you do see Tree Rover and Chav roaming to the top lane. They've already taken the bottom tier 1 tower. There's nothing left for them to take there. Legend QT will be responding to that, going to the bottom lane to dance with Hentai Bot. Pretty typical play, though. I'm not sure what Starling and Primus have been doing all that time in the mid lane. Now Legend QT going on to Hentai Bot underneath the tower. The ultimate is cast in the Glacial Prison, flashed away by Hentai Bot, but it doesn't seem to matter. Legend QT, so speed, so much damage on a killing spree now. 5-1. Such a huge threat with the completed Triforce and now the Tiamat as well.
Yeah, this is just kind of like a loss for Hentai here. He honestly just needs to give up and go anywhere other than where the Jax is. He needs to tell his team that, he needs to tell his team that I cannot match this Jax. If I go to this lane where the Jax is, I will die again. And so you need to send somebody else to deal with him. It's pretty simple at this point, even if it's 2 people. Yeah, that's pretty simple. KO just cannot match it. When Jax can tower dive him.
But now he seems like he might be getting caught out. The Q will actually be stumped, and then immediately after, Blaskin will not be able to be taken, and now Godzilla is on the backside. The hook from Chav is going to be missing, and now Legend QT just ward hopping over the Dragon Pits will be successfully escaping from Coopam, Chav, and Sideways Horizon.
Yeah, that, I don't. Legend QT is just head and shoulders above Hentai Bot in this game. It's pretty simple. Like, I don't think the matchup is very strong for Kale either, especially because she doesn't have any reliable CC. She just has that slow. She doesn't have a stun. She doesn't have any real way to get herself away from the Jax. But she's just nothing that Kayla can do at this point. She's just got to try and pick up farm, push in waves when Jax isn't there, because Jax can just run her down anywhere else. And this entire game is going to be hinging on this Jax, considering if you look at the rest of the scoreboard, Jax has 100% of the kills. This Kale has 100% of the deaths. Yeah, that's where we're at in this game. Kayla has just been feeding her, but the rest of the team has been relatively even, if not slightly ahead, if not a lot ahead for Tree Rover. And that's why there isn't a major gold lead. There's about a 1,000 gold lead to 17 minutes, but yeah, it's rough for Hentai Bot in this game. He has to feel bad that he's kind of letting his team down here. He's 40 CS down, and 5 kills down. Fed 5 kills to a Jax.
Oh, now speaking of Legend QT, looking for Hentai Bot once again, goes underneath tower and Coopam is there to help alleviate some of the pressure. But you're absolutely right. The amount of pressure that Legend QT has and is able to exert just by showing up on the map is insane. Here you see Legend or Chav and Iris Zero. Iris Zero actually forced flash out of Chav's. What? Iris Zero missing Glacial Prison. That's not great. But you see Legend QT in the bottom lane getting the shield, and now God's in a bad spot, but Primus flashing directly into the line of fire, gonna be taking that literal bullet for God's End. Unfortunately, though, the tower will be falling. And now SJWs aren't going to be able to take much more. Cookie Crew, though, is on the bottom lane, takes that tier 2 tower, spots out Coop M. I think he's able to win this fight. He does ward hop away. Personally, I would have been happier to see him take that fight. You're 5-1, dude. You're gonna be able to fight really whoever you damn well please on the enemy team. So take advantage of that and don't be afraid to fight people.
I also don't think that Morgana needed a flash there. He could have just walked over and blocked it. And also, even if he couldn't have gotten there, Starling was also in the way, so no real need to flash there. But that being said, I do agree that Legend Cutie could have fought Koopum there. Koopum was just a straight tank. He didn't even have the Bramble Vest that he now has at that point, so there was no real reason to not fight him. He could have just melted through him, but he does finish out the Titanic Hydra. He also has those tier 2 Magic Resist boots, and so at this point you need to recognize the win condition of Team SJWs. Their win condition is a front-to-back team fight where they can get a good Vel'Koz ult off, a good Rammus engage, and a good Kale ult on someone, an valuable target. And that's how they win
Dragon
this
being
game.
started. This is an Infernal Dragon.
This is going to be fought over.
Yep, no vision from the side of Cookie Crew, but they're actually electing to pull the dragon out of the pit. But you still have Ira Zero coming in. Red team getting the smite though. Ira Zero not going to be succeeding in that Baron Steel. Not going to be able to pull off the Meteos this time. Chavi Chow landing the hook, but of course Black Shield is going to block that. That's going to be the end of that little skirmish.
It will be, and that will be an Infernal Drake going over to the side of the SJWs here. That is going to mean they have about an extra 1,000 gold in their pockets, essentially, with the stats they get. It ends up being about a total of 1,000 gold over across the map, but Legend Cutie just staying in the same lane as Hentai Bot and just melting down.
Legend QT. Hentai Bot using the ultimate, not flashing away. He knows he's dead, so he just takes the L on that one, and Legend QT picks himself up another kill.
Yep, pretty simple at this point. Legend Cutie just able to tower dive a Kale through the ult.
Yeah.
That is just so bad.
Tree Rover and Chavi Chav, as well as Coop M walking up, but they get spotted out, and Legend QT is going to be backing off. But now you see 3 members of Cookie Crew in this lane against a single Vel'Koz. They're going to be looking to make a play here. The Glens is forced out of him, and now Tree Rover and Sideways Horizon show up as well, and they're going to be clearing the waves pretty easily.
Exactly.
What is happening? Legend QT back in the top lane. He's getting these free pushes. Hentai Bot can't do anything, but nobody on SJWs is doing anything to help him.
No, they can't. Like, they're trying so hard to get something done on the other side of the map, but now they're all half HP. They take a lot of poke.
Uh-oh,
the flash.
I'm flashing forward, not going to be connecting. Gets the taunt, but gets taunted himself. Now the knockup's going to be connecting our zeros in big damage. Sideways Horizon getting a double kill. Actually, no, Godzet getting the double kill. He takes out Chavi Chav, as well as Coop M, but then Sideways Horizon coming in big, taking out Iris Zero and Primus, and that is going to be the end of that engage. Godzed recalling on such little health. Big wave coming in from SJWs, and they're going to be looking to take this tier 2 mid tower.
I think at this point, 2-for-2 trade is pretty much in the favor of SJWs at this point. They got some kills on their members. I mean, they died for it, but Koopum, I think he needs to be a little bit more confident in his flashes. He kind of half committed to that fight there, and then flashed to commit even forward, but like didn't really commit to it still. I don't think he was 100% sure he wanted to go in at all, but then he decided, well, I can get a taunt onto Victor here, should be fine, and then they ended up getting Sejuani at the end, but yeah, that was an odd play there by Koopum, but traded his life for it.
And because he didn't flash with confidence, he ended up not hitting anybody with his power ball. And so then he really kind of got screwed. But now you see Legend QT spotting out Chavi Chav. He's going to be going through the 1v1. The ultimate is going to be cast by Hentai Bot. Chavi Chav is going to do his best to run away, but he ends up getting murdered in Legend QT in a 1v3 situation. Hentai Bot flashing away, but Legend QT following him, getting the damage in. But Hentai Bot solo 4v1. Sorry, Legend QT, you're not going to be able to win that. Hentai Bot escapes, and then Sideways Horizon picks up the shutdown gold on Legend QT.
Yeah, Legend Cutie going down there. Chav dying for it, but I think that's pretty much worth it at this point. If you can take down and get the shutdowns on this Jack to stop his split push, it's really important. They managed to grab the kill. That's really good for them. That's gonna give them a little bit of morale. It's gonna give them a little bit of an advantage. It's gonna push them towards almost an even game, but it's still only Um, it's still only 2,000 gold in the lead at 23 minutes. Now, I think Cookie Crew needs to push their advantage and play around this Jax a little bit more. I do
Hmm.
not think that the Jax should group, though. What I think they need to do is put a 4-man pressure in another lane so that Jax can 1v1 anyone that comes away. And if not, they need to recognize that 2 people are up to the Jax to try and deal with him, and then hard engage on the 4v3 that they have wherever they are. That's what they need to be doing right now, but they just aren't. They aren't playing around their Jax at all. And right now they realize that I think they need to be real. They need to realize that Jax is really far ahead and play around him a little bit better. They aren't doing that. They just kind of sit 4v4 mid and let Jax kind of do things, and then Jax gets a kill. One person rotates over, and then they do nothing with it. SJWs has a really good engagement. They're gonna go in bot side to do nothing because Jax isn't there. He's further up in the lane.
Yeah, he's actually looking to collapse. You see Cookie Crew all walking up. The root will land onto Hentai Bot. You got all 5 members of SJWs in a bad spot here. Potentially good get collapsed on. Now, Legend QT did get spotted on, gets hooked by Chop, and now Chop taking the hook with a great play. Legend QT knocking up Tree Rover, but he ends up getting taken out. Cookie Crew were not there to back him up, and now Hentai Bot teleporting back to the mid lane, and Cookie Crew are going to be engaged on from the behind. SJWs really want this engage. You see, Primus missing that Q, and now this is going to be a full-blown team fight. Irazu getting hooked up, and now the ultimate is coming out from God's Ed, laying down some damage and a lot of pressure. And now Chubby Chop is looking for another hook. The Q will land from Primus, but nobody is going to be brave enough to pull the trigger to start a fully blown team fight. So they kind of just end up dancing around each other and conceding pressure. But now the flash forward from Primus, not going to be casting the Q though, and the ultimate from R0 will connect, forcing the cleanse and flash out of Sideways Horizon.
Yeah, that was a good pick on the Legend Cutie there, and they also saved their mid tower, I think. Yeah, they did. And yeah, that was. I was originally hoping that Team Cookie Crew would rotate on that, and try and collapse and get a flank off for the Jax, but excuse me. Wow. Ooh boy, that food is not sitting well. They could have easily had an amazing flank and team fight there, but they decided to just try and go for that mid lane tower, but they ended up giving up Legend Cutie's life.
Baron being started up by SJW, specifically Hentai Bot. Cookie Crew don't have vision, but I think this call is a little ambitious. You see the Mia ping being cast now, a death bush with all 5 members, but SJWs are going to elect to take the dragon. Cookie Crew, now is your time. You got all 5 members. The hawk shot will spot them out. They're not even on Baron.
But now they started up after the hawk shot.
Yeah, they started up after the hawk shot. Really good, smart play, but now Legend QT is going to be teleporting in the far side. Alteration will spot the Baron out, but now at this point, it is so low, 2,000, 3,000 health. It's going to chanked out, and it's going to be taken. Red team is going to secure that very easily, and now Choppy Chop is actually going to get taken out, and then Koopam very low is going to be on the next to die. Primus is going to be slain. Choppy Chop dead, and Hentai Bot taking out Legend QT. That's a big kill, and on the backside, Sideways Resident is looking for Arzu, and he gets taken out as well. Koopam picking up a kill. That is going to be a 3-for-2 trade in favor of SJWs, as well as the Baron going over to them. That is a great power play by them. Now they are equal. If they're actually ahead in gold. Now they're going to be looking to take this tier 1 top tower, and they're going to be pushing their lead even further. I think that was a great Baron call. All they had to sacrifice was Chavi Chop, Hentai Bot, and an Ocean Drake. They get Baron and 3 kills, as well as another turret. And that's honestly what you want to be seeing from a team that's so far behind. It's a bit of a Hail Mary, but it really paid off right there.
Yeah, that was that was a good Baron call by them. They traded 2 kills and an Ocean Drake for that Baron, but it means now that they have some pressure in this game, and Koopam just gonna roll on out of there. That was pretty good by them. I want to point out though that Cookie Crew is still not playing around their Jax. They're not playing around the advantage that they have. They need to realize that this Jack has built 0 tank items. I mean, I guess like Titanic Hydra and Triforce are like partly tank items, but not really.
Nah.
Like not really that matters in any real way at all. So they need to recognize that they're gonna.
Woo.
That was big.
That damage.
That was spooky, real spooky.
Well, I guess that's what happens when you have an ADC that's 3,000 gold ahead of the enemy, you're gonna have so much damage, especially on a Caitlyn. That's definitely gonna be a big threat in these team fights for Team SJWs. And if it goes unchecked, really, Tree Rover could single-handedly take down all of Cookie Crew.
Hmm. This is the point where SJW is going to start getting ahead of Cookie Crew, especially with this Baron buff. You're going to be able to grab towers because the wave clear isn't that good with the Baron. Chabby Chab popping this really as Reverie. Doesn't really get a whole lot out of it, just kind of zoning off. And that's going to be
Tier
about
2
it.
mid tower is going to be taken, and now Iris Zero does have Glacial Prison available. This inhibitor tower is being threatened. Choppy Chop getting the hook onto Iris Zero, and now the team fight is breaking out. The ultimate cast by odds, and Iris Zero getting taken out immediately. Coop taking the tower, but now the inhibitor is getting taken down. Prime S is going to be engaged on beside Razor. The ultimate is going to be cast and going to be taken out. Ace in the hole, not even necessary. Inhibitor gets taken down, and this might be the death march. 5v3 situation. Team SJW is in a great spot. 5v2, Tree Rover taking out Godsend.
It's gonna be
Now
game.
the first Nexus turret is going to be taken down. Everybody's laying down the damage. That's going to be the ace in favor of SJWs. The second turret is taken down, and the damage is on the Nexus. It is finally going to be popped, and SJWs, coming back from such a horrible gold deficit, are going to be pulling in the win for Game 1.
Well played by SJW there to grab that win. They get a point on the board for themselves. But this is a best of 2, so Cookie Crew does get a chance to come back and get a win on the board for themselves in show matches. But in the end, it all comes down to the good team play coming out from SJWs and Cookie Crew not playing around their most fed member in that Jax. We mentioned that the Jax was really strong over and over again, but they didn't do anything about it. They didn't play to their strength, the strength of the Jax. So, yeah, that not very well played by Cookie Crew there, I would say.
Yeah, really, what they need to work on for next game is if they get a lead, they have to really be capitalizing on it. And if they're not, then they're going to lose the game. It's as simple as that. So if that happens in the future where they get a good lead, they need to be pushing that. They need to be getting their carry into fights, or at least creating enough pressure to where the rest of your team is able to win fights. And they need to be getting vision control. If they knew that the enemy team was on Baron, or at least threatening the Baron, then they could have stuffed that out so easily. But really, that was the play that ended up losing them the game. So SJW is going to take that game with a pretty dominant fashion after that.
Yep. They grabbed that Baron, they were able to just run it down mid, grab a couple kills, grab the Nexus, and end the game. But we do have a second game going over, and I want to see Cookie Crew play around what seems to be their dominant top laner.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in a couple of short minutes, so make sure you stick around for Game 2 between Cookie Crew and SJWs. We will be right back.
travel to freedom, broken and worn, but they will keep on in the moonlight, the moonlight. The pressure is on, the cold of the season makes it hard to feel, but they persevere for the end game, the end game. I can only wish that one day we'll find the one to keep. The journey is an endless one to the same love, the same love. They once kept on in the moonlight, the moonlight. Alone in the dark, they travel to freedom. Broken and worn, but they once kept on in the moonlight, the moonlight. I can only wish that one day we'll find the one to keep. The journey is an endless one to the same love, the same love. But they once kept on in the moonlight, the moonlight.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the March 2018 Learning 5 show match between Team Cookie Crew and Team SJWs. My name is Sir Potato the Ninth, and I am joined here by Penguin God, and we are getting into pick bands.
We sure are. Same teams, same people, and we do already see that Jack's band Legend Cutie was really dominant on that. So that was the first band in the pro draft, and so that is the first band here. Hopefully they go through these pretty quick though, but yeah, hopefully I'm glad to see the change here going from game 1 to 2. Um, the Jax was really strong here, and they do also ban Zed, knowing that their enemy mid lane sub does play Zed. Woo!
Yeah,
Yay!
well, yeah. Once again, you see the Kaisa and the Zaya band away. Again, like I said last game, not shocking. They're very dominant. But the Kassadin ban, I think that might be a target ban at God's Ed.
It's very possible they could just be wanting to put the mid lane down, knowing that Sideways Horizon can carry if need be. But man, the 80 carry bands coming out from Team Cookie Crew, Kaisa, Zaya, and Caitlyn, all three extremely strong 80 carries right now. Boy, there's a solid bands,
Ah,
but the Malphite picked up in the top lane.
ah, I'm not a fan of Malphite. I think that right now, in the state of the current runes, Malphite just doesn't have a good keystone, and really, I think that this has applied to him for a long time. But there's nothing that really is great for him.
I
I mean,
will I will say that going to the sorcery tree, taking Comet, the new Mana Flow band, Scorch and Transcendence was really good for Malphite. Or you go and secondary Resolve, or you go primary tree. We'll get to the Yasuo pick in a second, potato. Or or you primary uh, sorcery, you go Comet, but you take Ultimate Hat, Transcendence, and Scorch, and then you go secondary um, Precision and go into Presence of Mind to grab the extra mana back. But we do see typical jungle players. We don't care about those. But we see Yasuo versus Victor. Victor
Yeah,
was the
never mind
pickup.
that, dude. Yasuo was picked.
Yeah, Yasuo is pretty solid, especially in a comp like this. Hentai Bot is going to be putting out a lot of AoE knockups, so is this Zac. And Yasuo's going to have easy ult targets, but I will say, from the Pickman tool, we know that that is a full AD comp coming out of Team SJWs here, and that's always a scary thing. You always have to be really careful when you're picking full AD, considering there are two tanks so far on the side of Team Cookie Crew, and then we saw a Karma coming out as a support for the last pick. So the the full AD comp is gonna get pretty scary, but Chabby Chav did pick up his. I know for sure that it's one of his signature champions is Zyra. True Rover does pick Jin, and then Chabby Chav picks Zyra here. Zyra is really heavy AP, but it's not really enough to make up for the lack of AP in the mid or top lane. So we'll have to see how hard he can carry with this and see if Sideways Horizon get the advantage, because he also is just not that good of a champion if he doesn't get really far ahead anymore.
Yeah. And honestly, Chavi Chav is such a stellar support, though. I really think he can make almost anything in the support position work. His Thresh is disgusting. I know the Zyra is disgusting, so I'm excited to see him playing. Yeah, you were mentioning earlier though. This is a full AD team, and you do have armor stacking champions on the enemy team. You have the Iris Zero, and you have the Legend QT, the Scion, and the Jarvan 4. They're definitely champions that are that excel when they're stacking armor, and they're going to be giving Team SJW a very tough time. Um, Now that being said, I really do like Scion against, or really, I think Scion's a better version of Malphite. He has slows, he has the knockups, but really everything that Scion does is better than what Malphite does. But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I will admit that it feels like Sion just does what Malphite wants to do, but better. Except for the possibility that Malphite's ult is a little bit harder to see coming and harder to see in the long run, considering it's pretty much instant. It is unstoppable, whereas the Sion is pretty much a straight line, and so we have to see what the San can do as far as getting an advantage in the top lane. You saw Hentai Bot not do very well against Legend Cutie, and Mid Legend Cutie can get far ahead on the Scion as well and have a higher impact than he did last game, just kind of dying on the Jax. Scion is generally more durable than Jax anyway, so yeah, we'll have to see. But we haven't touched yet on this bot lane. Let's do that very quickly. Um, Jin Zyra has a lot of long range CC that are fairly simple to hit. The problem is they're running that into Silver Karma, one of the most boring lanes I've ever seen in my life. They just kind of sit back, clear the waves, and like every once in a while, a Karma pokes, but like that's about it. The only advantage they have is if Jarvan comes down and tries to get Tree Rover's Jhin low and burn the flash maybe, but like other than that, it'll be kind of hard for them to get kills in this lane. 2v2, I don't see it ever happening. Jhin and Zyra might be able to get it if they can burn the spell shield from Sivir and then quickly rotate into other spells, but I'm not sure it'll happen. There's gonna need to be a lot of jungle intervention in this bot side to have anything happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you kind of took all my talking points.
Yep.
But absolutely, Sivir Karma is going to be a very powerful bottom lane and potentially going to stuff out the Jhin and Zyra, and it's going to be pretty tough for them to get a foothold, especially since that is a very a lane that you want to be getting ahead in. You
Yep.
want to be crushing the enemy ADC and support and getting a big lead, and really if you do that, then you're going to be able to take over the game. But unfortunately, Sivir and Karma, you have so many speed ups between the two of them, between the ultimate and the E speed up from Karma, the shield, that it's going to be tough for Jhin or Zyra to be hitting the skill shots or to be locking them down and killing them.
I will quickly mention before we send it off to a break that Jhin Zyra just heavily outranges Sivir Karma, and that's what I think they're gonna find their biggest advantage in this lane.
That is true. They do have the range advantage, so even though their waves are going to be cleared out, they might even get pressured a lot from the Sivir queue and the Karma queue. They're still going to be able to sit back and just farm if they want to. But as far as that goes, we will have to wait and see how that lane plays out. So ladies and gentlemen, the spectator delay is dying down, so don't go anywhere because we will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Learning Fives March show match between Team Cookie Crew and Team SJW. Wait, no, Team SJWs and Team Cookie Crew. Got it mixed up. On the blue side, you have Team SJW. Oh, wait, I should introduce myself. I'm Super Potato Knife, and I'm joined here by Penguin God.
Yep, no need to
And
introduce the
now I'm
players though. We already introduced
Yeah.
them, Potato. Come on, man, we gotta do it
Oh, we
twice.
did. You know what? NA Brain, NA Caster, you know
It's
all
a-
the memes.
It's a series. The players don't change from game to game, and if we do, we just touch on that one player changing. But anyway, we have some nice.
That's point.
We have a nice. Oh my god, that makes people with OCD real happy. Just look at that nice line of scrimmage going on there. Look at that. Look at that. It's just
Yeah.
every point, every entrance to the jungle covered right now.
Well, the only problem being, I think the mid laners and the junglers should be swapped because they're covering each other's positions.
Yeah.
Which
but
is a
it's
little
fine.
bit of a meme,
It's
but it
fine.
works out.
Well, yeah, but each jungler is going to move down toward bot side to get help from their bot lane anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then the mid lane is going to move down and go back to their mid lane, but that's about it. I think it was just real nice, real pleasant to watch, and yeah, it bodes well for the game.
Ooh, the blast cone is going to be taken away by Starling. Starling, of course, using Huntress Sivir, one of the ugliest skins with the ugliest flash arts in my personal
that.
opinion.
Look at that gross boomerang. Oh my god.
Yeah, that skin needs a rework pretty badly. But anyways, both junglers are going to be starting on the bottom sides, getting leashes from their bottom roll or their bottom lanes. Not really too shocking, of course. R0 is going to benefit by having that extra mana, and I mean, Kubam doesn't really benefit from having blue buff, so he gets red buff. So nothing too shocking there. We're just getting into lane.
Yeah, pretty simple. We did see that the Zyra plants helped out the leash for Kupum there. Zyra plants are generally pretty good at helping that out, so it's usually a good pick to do in solo queue, but you have to make sure that your jungler isn't a boosted monkey and doesn't let your plants take the buff and then flame you for it. So be wary when you pick Zyra, and be wary when you proc the plants, but that's all on you. Hentai Bot can take a lot of damage in this top lane to
Yeah,
Legend Cutie.
you see, this is why I don't like Malphite. He doesn't have any resources to be able to walk up and CS safely, so you end up getting harassed so much by your opponent just for CSing. And so once you try and stay back and use your deadly cheese wheel to farm, you're going to run out of mana and you're going to be forced to back. And that's really why I don't think Malphite is a good champion. And you see that he's just trying to stand there, and he's getting outranged, outdamaged by Scion, and you're not able to hit your CS reliably. I'm just not a fan of Malphite being picked really at any level.
Yeah, Malphite does basically not exist until level 6.
But in the
Ooh.
bottom lane, Prime is in a bad spot, getting flashed on by Chavi Chav. The Ignite
down.
is going through as well as the heal. He's gonna be taken down. Chavi Chav picking up first blood.
Yep, that was a good first blood. Chivy Chop does play pretty well on the Zyra, but he
Oh,
did burn
but
both
hold
Summer
that
Cells.
thought. You did see two ganks going through sideways rise, and look like he's going to escape. Iris Zero trying to get on the damage. A lot of damage going through, but not enough. But meanwhile, in the top lane, the gank attempt off the Legend QT was not successful.
Ooh.
Now Iris Zero forced to flash away from Chavi Chop. He gets the EQ flag and drag combo and successfully escapes.
Chivy Chop missed those grasping roots. He missed the Zyra E. Nice spell shield from Starling there, but that would have been a kill for him. Iris Zero didn't even notice he was getting hit up for like another half second after that. That would have been a kill for him if he had actually hit that, so he must be feeling pretty bad about that right now. But we have one
absolutely.
kill. We have one kill going on the map. Hentai Bot already out of mana, 4 CS down in this lane already. Yeah, this is not looking good for the Malphite. And they had the chance to pick Scion too. They had the chance to pick it. It was open. They chose Malphite, and you see the effect that it's having here in this game, and not a very good one. The Sideways Ride taking a lot of damage mid.
Now I want to talk more about this bottom lane. Already you've seen Tree Rover and Chavi Chav have been so dominant already. Already a whole wave up in CS, and they've gotten that kill, so you're gonna have that extra gold in the pocket of an assassin, or an assassin mage support that's gonna be able to benefit a lot from having an extra AP. So really, what do you think Tree Rover and Chavi Chav have to attribute to their success in the bottom lane so far?
I'm gonna attribute it to Chavi Chav's experience on Zyra and being able to land poke to push out Starling and Primus and get advantages in the lane. They're a little under 10 CS up, depending on this wave, and that I think it's entirely due to Chavi Chav being able to poke out Primus and Starling. Has a lot of CC and a lot of pressure on this Zyra. He has so much experience on it that it's no surprise to me that he's playing so far forward. He's trying to get the spell shield out. He does get it, but Tree Rover missing that deadly flourish there.
Oh, Hentai Bot, no, you can't take these engages, buddy. You're not gonna win them ever.
Yeah, Malphite doesn't really win engages unless like he's already far ahead, which like never happens. There are people that play Malphite that do really well.
Hold that Sideways Rising in the mid lane, forced to flash out of the flag drag combo from Iris Zero. Great gank attempt and great job getting this important summoner spell out of Yasuo.
I will point out that Iris Zero was level 3 when he went in on the mid lane, and turned to level 4 as he was walking out and a minion died. So maybe if he had a level 4, he might have been able to grab that kill. But one thing I will point out is Malphite's gonna have a hard time.
Oh, the ultimate coming in from Legend QT, flash out of the way and under the tower. That's gonna be the execute, the unstoppable force missing, but the unstoppable onslaught.
Wait, it was an execute.
Death. He's gonna get the kill without having to sacrifice anything.
That was an execute. Oh my god.
Hentai Bot not gonna be able to pick up the kill, and Legend QT coming out of that engage with a kill and not even dying to Hentai Bot. Great play from Legend QT, and he's gonna be coming out miles ahead of Hentai Bot after that.
That feels real bad. I'm pretty sure Hentai Bot was like, I'm gonna outplay this Scion, I'm gonna jump, and I'm gonna ult and knock him up, and he's gonna die under tower, and then I'm still gonna die, but I'm gonna get the kill, it's fine. But no, Legend QT flashes out of the ult, and manages to get the kill, and get the execute on himself. I'm gonna call that planned. I'm gonna say Legend Cutie meant to do that because that was some solid play from him.
Yeah, that was definitely an incredible play and definitely a dominating way to perform. Sideways Horizon just hit level 6. You know what that means for every Yasuo. You gotta get that last breath whenever you can get the opportunity to.
You gotta go for it, man. Like, if you're not doing that, something's wrong.
Yeah, especially when you have the 40% crit chance already 7 minutes into the game.
Pretty solid having that zeal this early in the game. He is able to get the minion waves going. But man, I feel so bad for this Malphite. He's already 20 CS down, not really able to do anything in this lane. And as you're pointing out, look, he is doing a good bit of damage, but he only gets to do a good bit of damage once every like 15 seconds.
Yeah, and even then it's very taxing to his mana resources. Yeah, in the bottom lane, Starling actually got taken out while I was lagging out. Now Primus is getting flashed by Trio over. He's walking forward. He's got that force out prepped, but he's not going to be able to fire it just yet. Now, meanwhile, in the mid lane, sorry, is Resin with the third Steel Tempest. Not going to be able to cast it yet, and it's not going to connect when he does. But now, in the bottom lane, Primus flashing away, and now the flag into drag is going to kill. But the Plants will get the return kill onto Iris Zero. And now, that's a very excellent play. Now, Hentibot is actually onto Legend QT, laying down the damage. The unstoppable force is coming through, and the cheese wheel is going to be what takes him out on top. Sideways Rise, getting the last breath onto God Zed, forcing his ultimate out. I think that's a good trade. The last breath for Chaos Storm. I think Sideways Horizon benefits more because he's able to kill without last breath, whereas I don't think that you're really able to kill on Victor unless you get really lucky and your opponent really misplays. You're not really able to get a kill without Chaos Storm.
Yeah, that was also a good trade because Sideways the last breath is on a shorter cooldown as well, so that's pretty good. But I think Hentibot heard us talking crap about the Malphite pick and decided to 1v1 kill Legend Cutie there.
Yeah, now he's actually looking for more. As you see, Coop M coming in. The Elastic Slingshot will not connect, but to the Q will. Let's Bounce is going to drag him back. The minion wave is doing a bit of damage now, and then the Q is going to knock up Hentibot, but he's Malphite. He's got health upon health upon health. And now Coop M is going to take Legend QT out, but he's going to get the return kill, proving that there is glory upon death, taking Hentibot out and putting some more gold into his pocket. That's really unfortunate for Hentibot because he had 2 stacks of that Dark Seal that he just lost because he sacrificed that to give the kill to Coop M.
Yep, that is pretty sad for him, but they do trade kills, which is pretty alright, but I think Hentibot would much prefer to be just getting kills and not dying to him. Legend Cutie has a Duskblade of Drathgar.
Oh, hold that thought. Chav is putting a lot of damage down onto PB. Starlight Rush gets taken out now. Iris0 is flashing in, but he's not going to find anything, and now they teleport coming in from Hentibot, and he's going to take out Iris0. Primus is in a bad spot, and the ultimate is coming up. Curtain Call. Primus is going to try and dodge all of these shots from Trio, but he gets the snipe anyways, taking Primus out and picking up his 3rd kill of the game.
I'm just going to call that bad synergy between the support and the mid laner there. All the support had to do was just sit there for a few seconds and wait for the ult to time out, but he decided to start moving around the tower, and then Godzed didn't choose to move as well, so the lucky shot from Trio over there grabs it, but Chav living there, just kind of using vision to his advantage and walking where the rest of the team wasn't, and there was no vision, so that Iris0 couldn't grab that up. I will say that they're likely going to lose top tower for this, although Chav is here with Hentibot.
No, it doesn't look like it. Chav is going to get the roots, and now the unstoppable force is going just wide. Legend QT is going to be casting the Q. He knows that he's going to be dead, so he's going to lay down as much damage as he can. And now Chav actually takes him out. Legend QT running as fast as he can. The slow from Hentibot actually going to save Chav, and they're going to get a free kill in the top lane.
Okay, so I think I see Legend QT's plan here in this game. It's solely to land those decimating smashes with the Duskblade of Drathgar from the bush and one-shot someone. That's it. That's his entire plan in this game. He doesn't care if he loses. He doesn't care if he's a tank. He doesn't care about any of that. All he cares about is the one cool decimating smash.
Oh, now Sideways Ride getting the last breath on Godsend, forcing flash out, and now in Iris0 showing up and applying some more pressure. And Godzed is going to end up surviving. Now Iris0 looking for Coop M, who actually Elastic Slingshots does not make it into the Dragon Pits, but now Sideways Horizon is very low in the mid lane. Coop M still trying to run away. Primus is still chasing. Decides to finally run away and clear this controller. Coop M does have a last slingshot. Actually, does not. Now the unstoppable onslaught is coming in. The ultimate, or the W from Tree Rover will connect. Now the last slingshot will connect onto Starling. Let's Bounce is not going to pick anybody up. Godzed is in the front line. Coop M forced to flash out, gets taken up by Legend QT, and now everybody's on the back line just out of range of the Chavichov getting a kill, taking go Godsend. Now Iris Zero seems to be the next target, but Chavichov so low, ends up escaping. Trimus walks in front of the bullet, and now that's going to be another kill for Tree Rover. All it took was sacrificing Coop M and Sideways Horizon, and they get 3 members of Team Cookie Cutters, or Cookie
Cutters.
What is?
Cookie?
Yeah, Cookie Cutter.
No,
Cookie Crew.
Cookie Crew. There we go. I will point out that during all of that, Legend Cutie did 1v1 Sideways Horizon under his tower.
Yeah, and that's just going to tell you a lot. Right now he's got Duskblade of Drakthar, and you can see the longsword in his inventory. He doesn't have any plans of stopping the AD build, and he's going to be a split-pushing monster, as you can see right there, taking down that tier 1 top tower. And he wants more AD. He's going to be able to just show up into a battle, charge an unstoppable onslaught, and charge up his Q and do massive amounts of damage late game.
But that being said, the back line of Tree Rover and Chavichov are likely going to be able to deal with him, especially if Chavichov is able to get the CC off, kite him, and kill him fast enough. But that being said, Legend Cutie needs to get at least some armor on his side. He is a tank, but he has no armor in a full armor matchup.
Speaking of full armor, Sideways Horizon is actually going to be trying to kite his way around. It dodges the EQ combo from Iris Zero, but now he's got to fight his way out. He uses the last Tempest, but now Primus seems to be his target. He's trying to run away. Now the W is onto him. He uses the last breath, but the heal comes through from Starling. The exhaust as well as he ignites all of the summer spells of Starling. Ends up taking the kill of 4 members of Team Cookie Crew who are in the bottom lane. They want this tier 1 bottom tower, and they are also going to take Sideways Horizon as a cherry on the top.
He did stall for a very, very long time there. They are going to grab this tower up for themselves afterward, but that's about all they're going to get other than the kill. That is pretty worthwhile, I would say, though. They do now have 2 towers to the 1 of Team SJW, so it is going to only put them 3,000 gold in deficit, but, excuse me.
And it doesn't seem like SJWs are going to be able to get anything in return. You can see they're trying to push for this top tower. They do have a fair bit of minions. Now you see Hentai Bot actually going for SP Starling. You see the Unstoppable Force come out, but now the Flag Dragon's Cataclysm comes out, but Hentai Bot just flashes out of there. And actually in the top lane, they're going to get this top tier 1 tower. Shelly coming out, making an appearance on the Rift, doing a fair bit of damage to this tower. But now in the mid lane, you have Cookie Crew, God Zed, and Legend QT pushing this tower, and it seems like they're going to succeed in getting that as well. So they're taking 2 towers. They're going to lose 1 tower, but now you see Tree Rover and Coop M as well as Chavichov looking for another tower with Shelly. Primus is showing up to try and stuff out the attempt. The damage is certainly there. So much pressure, and now the ultimate is coming out from Chavichov, and the flash forced out of Primus, dodging the ultimate from Chavichov, and now the Flag Drag is coming in from Iris Zero, as well as on the hunt from SPE Starling. Shelly seems to be the first casualty of the war, but now Legend QT is proving the Cookie Crew wants more. Godzed is showing up. Last slingshot from Coop M takes him to safety, and SJWs are going to disengage successfully. Two towers for 2 towers. I don't think really any team benefits or really comes out ahead in that trade.
I will say, though, that the 2 towers for Team SJW are only in the top lane. That really only provides them with a little bit of pressure relief in the top lane. But the towers that Cookie Crew has are spread out a little bit more. They have all the outer towers down, where SJWs only have the 2 towers from top lane and the 1 from mid down. If they can grab that tower bot, that would be amazing for them. That would really open up the map for them, but until then, they can't really maneuver the map like they want to at this point, as they feel like they should at this point in the game. And that's where they are right now. They're going to try and grab this bot tower and move around the map, get some vision, and try and contest these neutral objectives that are coming up, like this dragon coming up in 15 seconds. But man,
oh my
so much
god,
damage.
The damage! So much damage, but now you hear the Unstoppable Onslaught being cast by Legend QT. You can tell that he wants Tree Rover, but now Primus is getting engaged on 2v1. Now Tree Rover just pops him with a 4-shot, but now he's in a bad spot. He uses heal defensively. The Cataclysm comes out as well as the Chaos Storm. Chavichov actually picks up a kill in return, and now the shutdown. Starling gets taken out as well. Shutdown. Now Godzed forced to flash out of the Unstoppable Force. great flash. But now the Infernal Dragon is going to be threatened by Team SJWs, and they have the vision control. There's no jungler, no ADC, no support on side of Cookie Crew, and they're going to be able to take this Infernal Dragon with relative ease. Nobody's going to be able to contest it, and that is going to be another Infernal Dragon going over to Team SJWs, or the first Infernal Dragon rather.
The kills going over, the 3 kills going over on the side of the SJWs, those were really solid. They did trade their...
Sideways Rise? Not going to find anything.
Not going to go too hard. They
You
did
see
trade
4
Tree
members
for it.
of SJWs. The last spam coming out.
They did trade True Rover for all of that, so I guess that's an advantage for Cookie Crew. They got to take out the AD carry, but they spread so much on him to kill him and didn't get a whole lot from it. They just died and they gave up the Inferno Drake. They did not lose bot side tower though, so give them credit for that. But Starling just got popped by True Rover, and so did Iris Zero. Iris Zero actually died before True Rover did in that fight. I will mention that True Rover had to burn his flash when Legend Cutie went on him with that unstoppable onslaught, and so that you saw him blink on the map while the supports were fighting. But yeah, it looks like the red side isn't going to answer the bot lane take at all, although Tree Rover will likely die if he stays here for too long. As you see the Scion roaming and he has the ult up. Do it.
Oh, Sideways Horizon, very effective dancing around, baiting the EQ combo out of Iris Zero. You can tell it, Team S, your Cookie Crew want this tower, but SJW is trying to get this fight going. The teleport is coming in from Legend QT. Weird teleport, but anyways, now you see the unstoppable onslaught coming in, gawking up Tree Rover. He takes out God's Head before that happens. Now Tree Rover solo double kill. He's running away. Legend QT wants him, but he's still alive. Legend QT gets taken out. God's Head, Iris Zero as well. 3 for 0. Tree Rover solo dancing around his opponents and ends up surviving on a sliver of health. And this, he's gonna be able to heal up from his fleet footwork. This tier 2 mid tower is not gonna stand a chance against Team SJWs.
They are gonna grab this tier 2 mid tower, and I still think that's kind of funny because they haven't taken the bot lane outer tower yet.
Goobem? Not gonna. Oh
good,
man,
he's
he's low.
He is real low though.
Wait. Oh, he got put into blob form.
Oh, passive. He got his passive proc from that. All right, that works.
Oops.
That's the I meant to do that. You put that in chat.
That's not a very effective usage of a Zac passive, but
No
I
worries.
guess if that's what you want to use it for. Baron is going to be spawning in 25 seconds. Neither team have good vision of it. I think right now SJW should use their lead, and the fact that they just used a whole lot of, or they just got a whole lot of kills, they have some vision right now. It's a great time to do that.
Hentai bot is already really tanky. He has a Warmog, he's a Minotaur. He's also going to go back and get a lot of stuff at this point. He's going to be able to resist a lot of what the Cookie Crew wants to do. Yeah, I'm not sure where Cookie Crew wins this. They are against a full AD comp, so maybe late game scaling and tankiness, but Legend Cutie is still building damage. He finished the Emus and built another longsword. Bro.
Yeah, you know, I was giving a lot of crap to the Malphite earlier. I was saying he's not going to be an effective pick, but really when you compare him to a full lethality Scion whose really only purpose is to charge into battle, then die, then get kills, I gotta give the effectiveness to the Malphite, because then at least you're gonna be able to shut down the enemy ADC who's not gonna be able to do any damage to you, and you're gonna be able to tank so much of the enemy's abuse.
Ooh.
Weird interaction. So yeah, I think it ties, but Malphite, this is the one case where a Malphite is gonna be more effective than his opponent.
Yeah, so the long story short of what we're trying to say here is tank Malphite is better than full damage Scion. That's what we're trying to get at. So
You know, because at least Malphite he's supposed to be played as a tank.
If you kids want to ever play Malphite, just ask your enemy laner if they're going to be playing full damage Malphite. Because if so, then or full damage Scion. If so, that's okay to play Malphite then. Other than that, you just pick Scion.
Yeah, but on the flip side, if you do get shut down early, then full damage Scion can be a very threatening threat.
A threatening threat.
You can, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's the only type of threat, but that's semantics.
Yeah, but the Hentai bot does finally take out that bot lane turret, propelling them to an 8,500 gold lead. Now, I want to point out the items in this game, other than we've talked a lot about
the
the top lane.
unstoppable onslaught is coming through. The flag dragon to Cataclysm is not going to Tree Rovers. He just flashes out, and now everybody's trying to come in. The Coupem with the Elastic Slingshot is in the middle of everybody. Now the Let's Bounce not going to connect onto anybody. Legend QT is getting the damage down. Now Tree Rovers on the back line. Curtain Call and gets engaged on by Godsend, who uses the Chaos Storm. Tree Rover uses heal, trying to escape for his life, and now Godsend flashing away from the tower, and he is getting engaged on by everybody as well. Unstoppable Force is available from Hentai bots, and now Iris Zero is going to be taken out by Chavi Chav. Godsend is getting the Unstoppable Force, and Hentai bot is going to take him out. Now SBA Starlink is going to be the next target, and he is going to engage on. The movement speed is going to be stolen by the Malphite Cheese Wheel, and Starling is going to be taken out as well. Sideways Rising picking up the kill credit for that one. This is going to be a 5v2 situation. Baron is going to be the threat. The SJWs are electing to go and take. Now this is going to be very finicky for Team Cookie Crew. They have 2 members alive, but neither of whom are able to contest this Baron steal. You have the Scion who's patiently waiting in the backline, trying to interrupt it, but this Baron is being shredded. 3,000 health. He's popping the Yomus. He's getting in the pit. You can tell that he wants it. Chavi Chop forced the flash out of there, but now the Baron is secured, and Legend QT falls down, and let's see if he's able to pick up a kill, but he gets 4th shot by Tree Rover and instantly destroyed. SJWs coming in, picking up the Baron, picking up kills. They're going to be resetting, picking up items, and going to be beginning the death march to end the game and end Cookie Crutter's game, or base.
Cookie Crew.
Cookie Crew's base. Same thing.
I don't know about that. Anyway, Mountain Drake has spawned. That could be something that Cookie Crew could have picked up in return for that. But it looks like SJW is just going to walk over to that, grab that real quick, and then likely going to go bot lane and try and get that last inner tower. That's what I would hope they would do anyway. That seems to be the most obvious play. But I'm not sure if they'll do it. Knowing these teams, you never know exactly what they're going to do. But yeah, that was a good fight coming out of SJWs there. Grabbing a couple of kills from themselves. Legend QT almost getting a return kill onto Tree Rover at the Baron pit, but aside from that, overall good for SJWs. I will keep saying it though. If Cookie Crew manages to get to late game, they get tanky enough to deal with this full AD threat comp, they could eventually win this game, but I don't think it's going to happen with a Baroned up Double Mountain Inferno Drake SJW with a 7-1 Jhin and a 7-1 Zyra, especially with the 2 AP items that Zyra has built.
Yeah, absolutely. Zyra, Chavi Chop, such a huge threat to really everybody on Cookie Crew. He has so much damage that he's able to output that if you get caught in the vines and in the Stranglethorns of Chavi Chop, you're probably going to end up dead. And now you see the team by bringing out the Unstoppable Onslaught coming in now. The Cataclysm is going to connect onto Chavi Chop, and now you see a Legend QT in the backline. The Hentai bot actually taking out Starling, looking for more. Iris here is going to be the next target. So much damage. Chavi is going to pick up the kill for that one. And now this is a 5v2 situation. And Godsend is going to fall next. 5v1. Oh my god! Tree Rover with a huge damage. Going to be cleaning up Primus and cleaning out Cookie Crew. That's going to be the ace. And Team Cookie Crew are going to be looking to end the game. They have the Baron empowered minions. They took out one Nexus tower. They're looking for the next. And now the Nexus is going to be the next threat, and Team SJWs are going to be taking your March 2018 Learning 5's show match.
Yep, they 2-0 that. They do not let Cookie Crew even get close to winning that second game. They ended that game like 15,000 gold in the lead, 16,000 gold in the lead. Absolutely massive, absolutely dominating for Cookie Crew there. Well played by them. Not Cookie Crew, sorry, SJWs. But Cookie Crew know what they have to work on, and they will be talking to their coach, I'm sure, directly after this.
Yeah, absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out and supporting your teams that you want to see win. And anyways, that is going to be doing it. SJWs are going to take the win. So if you like what we do and you want to catch the full VODs, and you can check out all these links are going to be down below. The YouTube channel is linked down below where VODs and highlights will be posted. You can check out the Twitter where updates about Learning 5s are posted. And of course, if you haven't, and the Facebook as well, where I think you can poke us. Who knows what Facebook is? Anyways, also if you haven't already, make sure you join the Discord, which is the bread and butter of our program. And lastly, if you like what we do here for Learning 5s, but you just wish that we did it for Heroes of the Storm, well, boy, do I have a Discord for you to join. Down below, you can be linked to the Heroes of the Storm Learning 5s Discord, where you can be paired up with a coach, play with other students, and learn how to be a better Heroes of the Storm player, and ultimately go win some professional tournaments, if you're good enough. But so anyways, thank you so much for coming out. My name is Sir Potato the Ninth. You can find me at Sir Potato IX on Twitter, and I was joined here by my lovely co-host Penguin God. You can find him at Penguin God __ on Twitter. And thank you so much for coming out to watch. And do you have any closing thoughts, Penguin?
Yeah, actually, either tomorrow or Tuesday, I will be posting the show match signups for next week. So if you like what you saw and you want to do it with your team, or you have a team that you want to see in it, talk to the people, do the things. Yeah, do sign up for it. I want more teams to choose from. I
Yeah.
want more teams to choose from. I want to see new people.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out once again. My name is Sir Potato the Ninth, joined by Penguin God, and we are signing off.